Hello everybody, welcome back to my Minecraft survival world. I haven't showed you this for a while, and that's because I've been very busy on it, and as you can see I changed quite a bit of things here. You can see that I added a lot to this base. I actually moved all these villagers over here because I want another hallway right here, and that hallway is gonna go branch out to somewhere else. Hold on, give me a second. The volume is a little bit loud, so let me just go ahead and turn the volume down. Speaking of the volume, I tried to I'm trying to balance out the volume for my microphone because for some reason my microphone keeps on picking up like me pressing my keyboard and stuff like that, and it's really annoying because you guys can hear it in the background, and I literally don't know what to do about it, but it's super distracting and it's super annoying. But let me just like turn it up a little bit because I turned down the noise gain, and that actually is supposed to help with getting rid of that. So if I press spacebar, because it mostly happens when I press spacebar, but when I press spacebar, you guys can hear it a lot, and it is super distracting. So hold on, I just go like this. Yeah, I can't tell honestly if that is even. There's no way I could do this while recording. So I think I'm just going to. I'm gonna have it at like 9. Maybe that will work. Cause I want you guys to still hear me, but at the same time, I don't want you guys to hear my loud ass fucking keyboard in the background. And I know you guys keep on hearing that in the background of my videos, and I'd rather not have you not hear that. But the issue is I don't know how to balance that out because it's gonna be my voice might be quieter. Anyways, here is kind of a floor design, and I just thought it would be nice to have because I just need something here, right? Like this can't be empty. This whole thing can't be empty. So I'm planning on maybe like adding the same pattern over here maybe. I can't fit it here, so there's no way I could do that. Um, I don't know if I can fit it here. I could probably fit a couple over here, but that's kind of the issue with a lot of floor designs is you need to like figure out what works and how big it is, stuff like that. Oh yeah, that over there, that's actually my iron farm, and I know it looks a little bit weird, but I made the roof out of slabs because I just thought, maybe the iron golem, he's not going to spawn on top of the roof if I just make the whole roof out of slabs. And it seems to be working. He has not spawned on top of that roof. You can see it's like an extension of my base, basically. I want to be honest with you guys, I'm not exactly sure what I was thinking when I made this base. I think I just wanted like a big dome roof and stuff like that. I mean, I don't know, I think it looks fine. It's just that it definitely needs a lot of work. Up here, this is my storage area. Well, this is like extra, even more storage, basically. This is a bunch of random crap. None of this over here is really organized. And this over here, this is a bunch of mob drops. This is also a bunch of mob drops over here. And this over here is, I'm planning on all of this being like a bunch of wood types. So there's what, like 13 wood types in the game? Or 12? I don't remember. But that would mean that, so this is 9. And there would have to be 3 more here. And I have acacia, so right now I only have the 10. I have to get crimson and mangrove. And I honestly don't know what else I need. Crimson and mangrove is the only other 2 wood types I can think of right now. I'm probably missing one that's like super obvious. But I got acacia, warped wood, pale oak, oak wood, cherry, birch, dark oak, spruce, and jungle, and acacia like I already said, so... Oh yeah, cats are spawning now because I have a lot of villagers and they just kind of do whatever they want. And this is my lava farm right now. It's not really done yet. I ran out of dripstone, so that's why it looks like that right now. And here is where I smelt all my stuff and just craft random things, like if I need to craft a banner or something, or if I need to craft a map, or if I need to smelt, or if I need to make food, or if I need to brew a potion, or just anything basically. And I also put a bunch of crafting tables around here, so it's just easier for me to access them. But you can still see that there's a lot of empty space around here still, and I do want to fix that eventually. Okay. Really? Wow, that was I don't even know if I feel bad for that cat. That was kind of stupid. Anyways, let's come up here, and this is basically, it just goes up here, like that's all this. It's not anything special. But this whole thing in the middle, it's like a water tube. And I needed to use the, I don't know what you call it, like the warped leaves, I guess? I don't know what it's called. I needed to use the warped leaves somewhere, so I used it for this. And my axolotls, for some reason, they like to swim all the way to the bottom and just do this. I don't know what they're doing. And they just get stuck here. And I thought they were gonna like go up and down, but maybe there's too many axolotls and that's why they can't like move around. I'm not entirely sure why that is or how that works. But this barrel right, this is just like random stuff, like my rib armor trim, coast armor trim. That's all the music discs. This goes to my starter house, and that's all my trophies. And I just have, why do I have rotten flesh in my inventory? I don't know. But this is like, this is all the rest of the storage. I tried to get every single crop in the game here, everything that you can harvest. So, wheat seeds and wheat, sugarcane, pumpkins, potatoes, sweet berries, kelp. Kelp is technically a crop for some reason, even though I don't think I'm ever going to use kelp except for like maybe some kind of build or something. But I know people use it to like burn stuff in a furnace because it can be super useful to do that sometimes. I mean, if you really want to, and you're too lazy to use charcoal or coal or anything like that. I mean, I don't blame you, dude. Here's my cocoa beans, melons, mushrooms, brown and red mushrooms, netherwort, carrots, cactuses. Cactuses were hard to find. It's a really funny story of how I found this cactus. Because there's not a desert like anywhere in this seed. I thought that this seed was like gonna be really cool and stuff, but this seed sucks. It's just bad because there's not like a desert anywhere. and I traveled like thousands of blocks. They didn't find a single desert. So the way I actually found this cactus was I found an igloo and I went inside, and inside the igloo structure, there's like the zombie curing area where you can cure the zombie villager, but there's also like there's like a potted cactus plant. And I was like, you know what, fuck this. I'm just gonna take this stupid little potted cactus plant with me. And I took the cactus, and that's how I got it. I know you can get it from the Wandering Trader, but at that point, I was just kind of like, I, I was just, I just didn't care anymore. I just wanted a cactus, so I got the cactus, and now we got a bunch of cactuses, and that's really cool. But that was a pain in my ass to get, so at least I got it now. And this over here, this is actually the hallway that leads to my iron farm. Now, this looks a little bit strange. This does look a little bit strange right now. You can see the roof up there, and that is my iron farm. I'm actually surprised I was able to enclose this like this, because it is a little bit big, but I managed to do it anyways. It looks like right now it's... Okay, there we go. Now it's actually working. But I think it might be... I don't know, I feel like it's a little bit slow, and maybe that's just me, but this is how much iron I have right now, which is quite a bit. And you can see that I actually have some copper golems right here. And the reason for that, I mean, I did this yesterday, and I wasn't really thinking about it, but I could have probably made this in a better way, because right now he's just taking all of the stuff and putting it in another chest. Like, I could have probably just made it, I don't know, I probably could have just had one iron golem here and like put iron here instead of having the iron be over here or something like that, because this is a little bit strange. The reason why I have a composter here is because I'm pretty sure he's able to just walk on that block right there and just walk right off. And trust me, guys, as soon as you let these guys out, as soon as you break a block that lets them get out of their hole, they will get out, and it is extremely annoying. I killed like at least 5 copper golems trying to set up this stupid thing, and it was a pain in my butt. But composters, they also reduce lag, so that's really nice. And if we actually, if we come over here, I also made this into a bone meal farm. So this guy, I have to put him on a mud block, otherwise he can't reach this chest, which is kind of why this looks a little bit strange. But he basically takes all of the flowers and he puts them up in this chest, because this chest is empty, and copper golems, when they don't know where to put something, they'll just put it in like a random chest or something. So he'll put it in this chest, and it will go down in this composter, because you can actually put, like, you can compost stuff through a hopper, which I think is kind of ridiculous that you can just do that, because you can just basically make, like, crazy bone meal farms if you wanted to, but this is just a very simple bone meal farm. It's not producing too much bone meal, honestly, and it's starting to make me think that, you know, maybe I didn't need this, but at the same time, I guess it is kind of nice to have I guess it is kind of nice to have an iron farm and a bone meal farm at the same time. It's kind of funny in that sort of way. But oh, it's actually nighttime right now. You also see that I ended up fully enchanting all of my gear. My chest plate and my leggings. I don't know if there's any other enchantments I can get for these two. I mean, I know I can get thorns, but thorns is that's probably a bad idea, honestly, because when you're trying to get certain mobs, like hostile mobs, it could be bad. You could kill them if they keep hitting you, because how thorns works is that every time a mob hits you, there's like a chance that they get hurt. So I just decided not to have it. So I think it's just better that way. And also, it's kind of a weird enchantment. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Like, I'm not a big fan of it. I have Thorn's armor in my friend's server, and he was like, "Yeah, I don't really use it because if I'm trying to transport mobs, it becomes an issue." I'm like, you know what? That's actually that's actually pretty reasonable. You'll notice that I named some of my tools already. Feel free to look up those names. But I think my next plan here is to probably just like get this whole floor done here, make it look nicer, and then over here is going to be the next extension, and that's going to be like another whole area in my base where I'm going to have my wool farm, I'm going to have my pumpkin and melon farm, and all sorts of stuff, and I'm also planning on like I want to make a massive sugarcane farm. Like, that's another big goal that I have. I just want to make an absolutely ridiculous sugarcane farm because I think sugarcane farms are very fun to make just because of how easy they can be to make. And the way I do it is I just use like a bunch of pistons and observers, and I mean, I don't know if there's a better way of doing it, but I just think it's funny doing it that way. And plus, it's like it's the most cheap way to do it, honestly, in my opinion. And that's what that's what I did in my friend's server too. He helped me make the farm because it was a pretty big project, and basically how it worked is three it was 3 layers, 50 pistons and 50 observers on each layer. So that's about 150 pistons and 150 observers, and so that would mean like 150 sugarcane at least. I mean, it's going to be more than that, obviously, because the sugarcane can go higher, I'm pretty sure. It can go up to two, it'll harvest like 2 sugarcane at a time from like one sugarcane plot, I guess. I tried doing the math on figuring out how efficient it is, like how much it actually makes. But the tricky thing is that like when you're trying to do math with stuff like that, it relies on a lot of randomness because crops they um they grow at like random. They don't like they don't they don't grow at like a very specific time. They just grow randomly. It's really weird. Um but that's just how it works. Oh, anyways, I'm trying to figure out here if I want I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with this area over here, because I don't know if I would just want to leave this blank, because if I leave this blank, it's not going to look good. You know? But I think if I make one, if I do something like that over here, I think it'll look nice. I just like to have this in the entrance. I think it looks super nice in the entrance. But if we just do it, like, over here, maybe? Like, by the villagers? I don't know. I guess I can put it wherever I want, I guess, so it's just like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna have to place these in because there's no way I'm gonna remember if I don't place these in. I don't know why my brain works like that. It just works like that. it just, I get a better idea if I actually were to do that. I might end up changing the floor design a little bit, but who knows. I know that I told you guys I was going to I was gonna make a video on my beta world, but I didn't end up doing that just because like I don't know, I just didn't want to. I just didn't really, because at the time I was also working on another project in my beta world. So I was working on my house, my big house. And that project, I'm basically, the only thing I need to do left in that project is get the roof done, because the roof is going to take me forever. The roof is going to be made out of wool. It's going to be made out of purple wool because purple is my favorite color. And if you think purple is feminine, then I'm going to have to say that you are actually wrong, and none of your opinions actually matter. You you probably don't like anything, is what I'm going to have to say about that, actually. But yeah, I'm gonna have to spend a lot of time doing that, and I'm not really looking forward. I'm not really looking forward to doing that. I think what I'm just going to do is I'm going to play the game normally, do everything else normally. Like, I'm just gonna probably still gonna make my Christmas town and all that stuff. I'm just going to finish my roof whenever I actually have the resources to it, and just get as much wool as I can. I could make like a wool farm kind of thing, but I'm kind of skeptical. I don't know if I want to do that yet, because I think I want to be able to do... I think I want to finish a lot of other things before I actually end up... Well, let me look at the... Okay. I like to look at the light level around my base, just to make sure, like, where I can remove my torches and stuff like that, because otherwise, if the light level is too low, then obviously monsters are going to start spawning there, and I don't want that to happen, so that's just not good. And this room over here, I don't know what I want to do with the floor. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. You guys actually... This iron farm was kind of a pain in my butt to do, because... Well, first of all, the first video I watched on how to make an iron farm, I didn't realize, like, what kind of iron farm it was. And it was an iron farm that was supposed to be on the ground. So I built it on the ground here, but you're supposed to, like... It's supposed to be, like, on the grass. And this base is not in the grass, it's in the it's in the water. Oh yeah, so here's my iron farm. So, the reason why I have it set up like this, the reason why the zombie is jumping up and down right now, is because, for some stupid reason, villagers need to be, like, panicking all the time for iron golems to be spawning. So, you need the village, like, even when the villagers are asleep, they need to be panicking, but during the night they need to be panicking. So, like, well, they still need to sleep, obviously, but they also need to be panicking, because if they're not sleeping, then it's not going to spawn iron golems if they're just panicking all the time, which is really stupid, because it really messes up how like iron golems work and stuff like that. But I mean, you can see it works fine, but So what I did, and this is what my friend did too, put a he put a piece of soul sand underneath the, well, not underneath the zombie, but like 2 blocks underneath the zombie, I would say, and then he put a water source there. So the zombie is bouncing up and down, and the iron golems, or no, the villagers, they should be getting scared, and even during the night, they should be getting scared. And that way, I can keep making iron, but right now, I don't know, I feel like it's a little bit slow. Or maybe I'm just wrong, I don't know. I have no idea. I put a slab above his head too. That zombie, I actually don't like that zombie because he does not pick up any blocks. And that pissed me off because if a zombie can't pick up any blocks, they will not ever pick up any blocks. They won't do it. They just simply won't do it. And it's super annoying. I don't know how that happened because I'm playing on hard mode right now. I don't know what the chances are, but it's just frustrating because I did not want to deal with that. It's so stupid. Wondering if I should just like, I think there is enough room right here. So if I just go like this, I hope there's enough room. Because if there's not enough room, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Oh, huh. I think, okay, there is enough room. It's just gonna look a little bit weird. I think there's just about enough room. I might have to go with a different floor design here. Honestly. I don't know. Oh yeah, this actually works. So I think it'll be fine. It just looks a little bit weird. That's the only real issue with this. I don't know if I will be able to remove that torch over there because if I remove this torch, there's not gonna be any light source like over this way. So that's not gonna be, that won't be good. I don't know. We'll have to deal with it eventually. I don't know when. If you guys have seen the video about Skoog Richard, I should have told you guys about this already, but I captured Skoog Richard, and when I went to the Nether, Skoog, he escaped. He's gone now. And I wish I told you guys earlier, because you guys are probably wondering what happened to him. But he escaped, which is not good. I don't know where he went. He just disappeared, dude. But if I do find him again, I am going to have to trap him again, because he does not have any good intentions. He wants to take over my world. He wants to cause as much destruction as possible, which is not good. But you know what? I've seen that Skoog Richard is really good at making music, actually. And I've been thinking, you know, what if we just have Skoog Richard making CDs for us? Because that way, like, he won't be hurting anybody. And it'll just be good for everyone. Like, it'll just be a good idea. Okay, now this is actually gonna this is gonna bother me now because this looks so. Oh no. Okay. I'm gonna have to move this whole thing now. No, it doesn't look right. No, I didn't want to actually. Hold on. Let me move my bed. Let's move it somewhere where it's not going to be in the way. But yeah, I'm gonna have to move all this. There's no way. Otherwise, that's gonna bother me if I don't do that. I don't have netherite yet, and that's just kind of because, like, at this point at the game, I already have, like, pretty much all the OP tools and stuff like that. I just don't want to get netherite at this very moment right now, because I don't need it right now, and I'm focused on just getting all the farms set up. This looks very ugly under here. Just ignore it. Uh, but I am just basically focused on trying to get all the farms set up right now in my world. And I think the next farm... Actually, I don't know. Because, okay, the thing about... I don't know if you guys ever made a wool farm before. But if you want to make a wool farm for, like, every single sheep... Dude, that's going to take literally forever. It is such a pain in the butt to make a wool farm. And I hate doing it, because it takes so long. Because you have to, like, breed a sheep for every single stupid color. So there's 16... You try to do the math. So there's 16 different wool types, right? So if you have to breed a sheep 16 times, and it takes about 20 minutes for a sheep to grow up. Or maybe it's up to 20 minutes that it can take to grow up. I don't remember. But it takes a long time, right? That's the point. So you are going to have to wait there for a long-ass time, basically. 16 times 20. Yeah. Good luck. You're going to have to wait a long time. But I think I already have, like, a bunch of sheep. And I think I'm just going to lure... I think I'm just going to try to be smart about it and lure them in, like, one at a time to the different wool areas. My friend, he actually... He told me he's working on some big project right now. I don't know what it is exactly, but he's working on some big project where he's gonna need, like, I don't remember how much he said, like 70,000 wool or something crazy like that. I don't know. So good luck to him, I guess. That's gonna take him forever. And he's gonna have to create some, like, crazy wool farm. Like the biggest wool farm ever or something. Something insane like that. I don't know. We'll just have to see. See, one of the issues with building this here, I wish, like, I think this base would be perfect if I built it somewhere else, because right now, the location, like the geographic location of my base, I know that sounds like super weird to say, but seriously, like the geographic location of my base, it just sucks right now. I need to put it somewhere else. Or not put it somewhere. No, I'm not moving my entire base. No, I'm not. No. There's no way in hell. So, you know what I'm gonna have to do? I'm probably gonna have to terraform a lot of the land around the base, so it actually looks better. Because right now, you can't really get a good view of the front because of where it is. Like, you could just go up to the front of it, but then you can't really see it from a distance, is what I'm trying to say. I mean, you can see the side from the distance, but because of where my base is, it's in a weird spot. And it really creates a lot of issues. It creates a lot of problems for me. So, I'm gonna have to do a lot of terraforming, probably. I don't know when I'm going to do that, but I'm gonna have to do that eventually. And that's gonna take me forever, probably. By the way, how was your guys' Christmas? I hope it was good, because mine was pretty good. I went over to my grandparents' house, and we had a lot of fun. And it was pretty awesome. I like spending time with my grandparents. And I hope you guys got to spend with some of your favorite relatives as well. Yeah, this might be an issue, but you know what? For the sake of symmetry and consistency, I'm going to just do this. Like, I don't care. I'm going to still do it, and it might be a little bit of a pain in the butt, but that's okay. Sometimes you just have to do things like this. In your Minecraft world, that doesn't make a lot of sense. And this is the other issue with where my base is. I don't know, I built it like over a fucking ocean area. Well, I guess it's not really an ocean. It's just a bunch of water. But I built it over a bunch of water, and now I have to deal with this shit. Like, it's super annoying, and I don't know why I decided to do this. It's just not a good idea. Yeah, see, now that's a bit of an issue, isn't it? I wonder if I just, like, if I just don't add in the rest, do you think anyone would notice? Honestly, I don't think anyone would notice if I didn't add in the rest. So I'm just gonna go like this. And add in the rest here. And, oh, it's called a warped warp block. That's weird. But the reason why I'm using the warped wart block, that's a fucking tongue twister, Jesus, is because I just want to have I want to be able to use it somewhere in my build, because I haven't been able to use it yet. So I think it would be nice if I just used it. But anyways, I'm gonna have to have something in between here now. And I don't know what I'm going to put in between here exactly. Okay, so I smelted a bunch of glass earlier, and I'm not really using it for anything right now. But I figured I would use it for, like, the floor or something like that. That was my original plan. I was gonna use it for the floor or something like that. But I think I really want some black glass, some black stained glass. And the best way I can really get black dye right now is to kill squids. The only other way to really get black dye really fast is to make a wither rose farm, and that has to be like the most weirdest, most complicated farm I have ever seen in Minecraft. Making a wither rose farm, you have to like do all sorts of weird shit. Like you have to like spawn a mushroom inside of one of the end portals, and then spawn a wither inside the fucking bedrock, and it's super weird. And I I I don't know, dude. I don't know, dude. And the Endermen are supposed to like be killed constantly by the wither. So I guess it's also like an ender pearl farm, but at the same time, like, you don't really need an ender pearl farm if you already have one. Because that's what I don't know if you got any of you know this who are watching, but I skipped like all my other mob farms. I went straight for the Enderman farm because if you were trying to do it with like any other mob, like skeletons or zombies or whatever, it would take forever to get max enchanted gear. It would take hours to get what you wanted. But if you had an Enderman farm, it only takes like probably like half an hour. It really depends on how lucky you are too. Like, if you get a nice if you get, you know, like, it kind of just depends on how much time you have to spend waiting for that re-roll or whatever. I wonder if you can make a squid farm that just kills squids. I know you can make a glow squid farm. So I wonder if you can do the same thing with normal squids. I don't know. I don't think I've seen anyone do it, so I kind of doubt it. But that's something I'm gonna have to go. That's something I'm gonna have to explore at some point. But if, like, the thing is if like, if there was, if it was possible to farm a mob, people would have done it by now. So the answer is probably no, if I had to guess. Like, you probably can't do it. I think, is there some ink over? Oh yeah, there's ink liquid over here. I don't want to. I don't want to just forget about that. And the nice thing is I am using a Fortune 3 sword, so... Or not Fortune 3, Looting 3. Why did the... Well, similar concept, alright? Similar concept. But yeah, I'm using a Looting 3 sword. There's no such thing as a Fortune 3 sword. If you actually use commands, you can get, like, really crazy OP weapons. Like, you can give your sword, like, sharpness level 255, I think. And that basically just instantly kills everything, which I think is really nice. So if you were working on like a Minecraft map or something, and mobs were, or like if you messed up or something, or mobs are getting in your way, you can just get a netherite sharpness 255 sword and just instantly kill everything. And it's really nice. So I think we got 64 ink sacs. So I think that should be good. Like, with that amount of ink sacs, I might be able to make like 8 stacks of, I don't know. Let's just see, because I think you have to surround it. Hold on, I'm not doing this right. So I think, don't you have to surround it in the glass, or is that only with glass panes? No, you can do it. Okay. That's actually really nice. Yeah. Ah, sorry. I just sneezed. I don't know if you heard it. Yeah, that uses like all my glass. Jeez. Which is really nice. It's like one die per 8 glass. Thank God. Because you know what? If that wasn't a thing in the game, I think I would be screwed. But I'm gonna have to get some more stained glass, I think. Because I don't just want the black stained glass. I want some other kind of stained glass. And to do that, I'm going to have to kill a lot more, or not kill, but I'm gonna have to mine a lot more sand. Sorry, my brain is all over the place right now. I'm trying to focus on, like, too many things at once at the moment, so that's kind of why I'm fumbling my words. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, let's not do that. I don't know what I want the other... I guess I could try making it out of blue stained glass, maybe? Because the floor is also blue. I could do, like, cyan, maybe? I'm not really sure right now. Okay, so this is the floor right now. I changed a lot of it. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know how I feel about it. I feel like it could be changed into something that looks nicer. Like, okay, the hard thing about doing a floor like this is, like, all it's not really it can't be completely consistent because there's like things like this in the way and this is in the way, and on this side, like, that this is not there. So this can't be symmetrical. It can't be perfect. So there's not much I can really do about that. And this over here, I don't know if I want to keep it like this, or if I want to just go like that. I turned off hostile mob sounds because there's a stupid baby zombie that was like underneath my floor somewhere random, and it was really annoying, and I didn't want to hear it for like half an hour. I don't even know how it got underneath my base. It must have just like spawned underneath one of these holes somehow. One of these one block holes, which is just super weird, but I don't know. I wonder if I should just keep doing this, and then just like we'll place these for now. Place that. I don't know. Does that look weird? Because there's nothing there. Like, it's just this thing that's here, and I don't know. I don't know. It feels like it might be all over the place. There might be a better way of doing this, and I don't really know. I could do like a circular pattern instead of a checkered pattern. I really don't know. I'm not the best at like the thing, it's weird. Whenever I play this game, whenever I think of, whenever I have an idea, it ends up like not working out the way I want it to really work out, if that makes sense. Like it doesn't, I don't like do it right or the way I thought it would look, if that makes sense. Because it ends up looking really weird, and yeah, I just don't know. That, yeah, I don't know, man. I might change that. I'll be honest. I'm not a big fan of it. I'm gonna keep using the white and black stained glass, though. I could just go fully white and black stained glass, but that, I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that either, because that's going to be a lot of white and black stained glass. I like to have a little bit of variety. Have a little bit of this in here, you know? So I'm not really sure right now, but I am going to end it here because I have to go do some other things, but I hope you liked this video, and I will see you guys later.